Hi everybody, my name is Roman and I'm an internet marketing professional with more than 6 years of experience. And today we continue learning the SEM basics and we will talk about the keywords and match types and how they work. And one of the things I wanted to talk about at the very beginning, that when you talk about the keywords, you are not talking about the keywords without about the match types. It's something that is very important, and with different match types the same keywords can have a completely different meaning. So let's start. We have two main questions when we do SEM campaign, when we start doing search engine marketing. One is what to show, and second one is when to show. What to show is something that user or customer, consumer will actually see on the Google page, like ad text, headline, extension, telephone number, your link, or anything else that is actually displayed. And when to show is something that we never show to user, never show to consumer that actually looking for us. It's something that defines when we wanted to show ad and when we don't wanna. It's like keywords or negative keywords. It's geo targeting, like location targeting, country targeting. It's audience. For example, we wanted to show our ads only for those people who never been to our site, or only for those who actually already bought something from our site. A lot of things that we can discuss about what to show and when to show, but today we're talking about the keywords. And it's very important and very crucial to understand that keywords is never known by a user that is looking for our product. And this is why. When you go for Google and type something there and you have a search results and you have some ads, for example, in this case, I'm looking for a swimming pool for my backyard in California, close to San Francisco. I'm not living there, but this is the example. So you probably, if you're living close to that area, you can actually type in the same search query in the Google and see the same results. And here we come for the first time for the name of search query. What is a search query? Search query is something that user actually type in a Google search line. It is not a keyword. And we also have an ad that actually answers his question. An ad has a headline, description, telephone number, link, and a lot of other things. But today we wanted to concentrate on the first tab, on the search query. So what is search query for us? Search query is written by a customer, and it represents something that he wants, his intention to do something. Keyword is written by our hand. So keyword is something that we actually write, and keywords define which search queries are relevant for us, which search queries we wanted to use to display our ads and which we don't want to use. And each keyword has 3 possible match types. And this is something a little bit complicated, and especially if you listen to me as a background and you don't watch the screen, you should actually come back and have a look. This is a table that looks very, very difficult, but in fact, after maybe 2 days of doing SEM, you will learn this by heart. It's very easy. Let's go column by column and start with a broad match type, something that everybody knows how it works. For example, we have a keyword swimming pool. It's something that we sell. For example, we're a shop somewhere close to San Francisco that's selling the swimming pools for your gardens, for your backyards, and we wanted to sell them to people that are actually looking for swimming pool. And we create the broad keyword match type in Google. That is swimming pool. The problem of a broad match type is that when you make a keyword swimming pool in broad, you also match a lot of stuff that is not about swimming, not about pool, or not about buying a swimming pool. For example, search query that people are typing in Google, like a buy pool, pool for house, or where is the nearest pool, or how to play Russian pool, or a lot of other questions, will be relevant, and your ad will be shown in AdWords for all these search queries you have such a keyword. And this is something you don't actually want. That's why we don't ever use broad keywords match type. It's something that is very, very that has a very rare case. For example, you have a very little town, 1,000 people in this town, and you sell something very, very that is used by everybody. For example, you sell cars, and you actually can create a broad match type with a car, because even if a lot of people are looking for something that is not relevant for you, it is still very cheap. But in all other occasions, broad match type keywords is something that you never want to use, because you will pay for a lot of search queries that are not relevant for you. And here when we go to phrase match type. So phrase match type is something that actually saves the order of the words. So swimming pool and pool swimming is two completely different keywords in the phrase match type. And it also saves the keywords itself. So when we take a swimming pool as a phrase, we say that each word of a keyword like swimming and the pool should be in the search query. So if you're typing in something like buy swimming pool in a Google, and we have a phrase keyword swimming pool, we will show you an ad, because your word buy that you have in the search query is not in between of our words. It is not affecting and not changing the swimming or pool, and that works for us. That's completely cool. Swimming pool buy, swimming pool install, swimming pool how to do yourself, all these things match our phrase keyword. So relevant keywords search queries for us would be search swimming pool, buy swimming pool forgotten, swimming pools with the misspells, all this stuff working. But swimming in the pool won't be relevant for us, because in a phrase match type you define the order of the words, and you define that there is nothing in between of the words except something that is already in a keyword. So swimming in the pool, swimming how to do a pool won't match a phrase type, and also pool swimming won't match. So that is created. The order of the words is fixed for the businesses that have different product for different order of the words. Imagine you're selling the tickets. New York to San Francisco and San Francisco to New York is completely two different products, two different types of tickets, two different times of departure. It's completely two different products. So that's exactly when phrase is very, very good to use. And we also have an exact, the most favorite keyword match type. Exact match type says that only these two words, nothing more, nothing less, should be in a search query. And the order of the words is also very important. For example, swimming pool keyword will only match search queries that have swimming and pool inside, and only in this order, and misspells and close variants. For example, swimming pool, swimming pools is completely two different words, but they will match to our keyword, because pool and pools is almost the same stuff. And swimming with a misspell will also match our keyword, because it's very, very close and Google understands that. But buy swimming pool, something even more relevant to our business, won't match. And if we wanted to match buy swimming pool, we need to create another exact keyword. So for our business purposes, we would create something like swimming pool, buy a swimming pool, where to buy a swimming pool, how to order a swimming pool, and a lot of other exact keywords to match them all. In a phrase situation, we would just do buy a pool, buy a swimming, something like that, to match all possible queries. So let's go into details and have a look on the example how it actually works. Imagine we have a search query, buy swimming pool. And this search query will be relevant for broad keyword pool, swimming pool, and buy pool. All this is close enough for Google to say that, okay, we will show the ad in this case. In a phrase, we should have the same order of the words and all these words inside the keyword. So if I have a keyword pool, it is represented in the search query completely, and the order in this case is there is only one possible order in this case, like pool, and we will match this keyword as well. And swimming pool is also correct. And for exact matches, we will match only keywords that have all these words and preposition. And about the preposition, it's also very important. Sometimes it will match, sometimes it won't match. And you never know why and never know how, but it's just like something you have to deal with. The thing that you're already thinking about is, I don't want to actually create a lot of exact. Why not just create a broad or phrase keywords? Because it's much easier to find all the variants. You don't have to type the whole search query. You just need to add some words that actually matters for you, and that's okay. Yeah, that makes sense, but actually it's a bad practice, because the more exact you go, the cheaper traffic you have. But before I actually move to this logic, there is one more match type I wanted to show to you. This match type called broad modified. It's not officially separate match type in a Google or in Bing or any other advertising system. It's something that is based on a broad. It means that if you have plus before the word, this word should be represented in search query. For example, if you have buy swimming pool with all three pluses as a keyword, all these three words in this way or in misspells, but not in a different form, for example, buy swim pool does not match, all these three words should be represented in search query. But the order of the words does not actually matter. So plus buy plus swimming plus pool will match buy swimming pool, pool swimming buy, pool buy swimming, and buy free swimming pool, and anything else with these three words. So now we wanted to understand why we have so many match types. What's actually the idea of it? The idea is that this is the very basic SEM rule we actually have, and it has a name like SEM rule number 1, maybe number 0, the most important thing. We wanted to give the most relevant answer for each possible search query. For anything that is any user, consumer or customer is looking for in Google right now should be answered with the most relevant information. In terms of that, we understand that exact keywords are the best keywords for this practice, but exact match types are very difficult to maintain, and it's very difficult to create, because you need to create a lot of keywords from the very scratch and to understand all possible variations of them. Just imagine for buy swimming pool, you have 6 different ways of writing these 3 words in different order. And what if you have 5 words? What if you have 6 words? Or you have 200,000 different items in stock? So it's quite complicated, and you have to find a way to do that. But the only thing you should never do is to create a broad match types. Despite the fact that broad match types is something that is very easy to create, and it's very easy to actually go there and do, and a lot of video guys just saying go there, create the keyword, and that's done. Broad keywords are very inefficient in terms of revenue per cost. And we will go into details in the future videos, why it's working like that, what's the reason for that. But for now, just remember that broad match types is not your brother, it's not your bro. You don't want to mess with the broad. As a result of this exact phrase and broad matches information and the basic rule of SEM number 1, we go into conclusion that SEM optimizing, SEM work, the main thing that you or any other people in your company should do in SEM always is concentrating on finding all possible exact keywords, because you physically can't create all of them from the scratch. And by finding these keywords, you want to add them into account. But this is something that we will cover more in details in next videos. By now, I want to make the final conclusion for you, that there are 2 approaches of creating keywords. First one is called shut up and take my money. If you have a new startup, you have a unicorn startup, and you need to scale a lot every day, you need to increase your traffic on your site from 0 to hero, you will actually use the broad modified keywords. And it's also very relevant in case that you don't actually care about the quality of the traffic. For example, you are in newspaper or you sell, I don't know, some bad things that you don't want to actually sell, and broad modified keywords will work for that, and just broad modified keywords will work for that. But for the most cases, for the most businesses, and especially for small and medium businesses, the best way to do the SEM is slow but sure exact matches. So the two different approaches is that in broad modified, you start with a very big funnel, and then you try to cut the pieces that are not relevant for you. In exact match, you do completely opposite. You start with something that is 100% works for you, and then you try to make a little bit more different keywords and a little more traffic, the way you see that everything on the previous step worked best. I understand that keywords match types are quite complicated topic. It's very difficult to go through all these different things in one video, and especially it's difficult because I'm not native speaker of English, but I will try to cover as many cases and as many examples in the next videos, so you can actually understand how it works very fast by the time you end this tutorial. And please ask any questions you have below the video, and put a like and subscribe to the channel. That will help me a lot to create videos as fast as possible. Thank you very much.